I was wrong about women, and if you're struggling with attraction, there's a very good chance you might be wrong about them too. For years, I believed the same things many men believe today. I thought if I improved the obvious things, my appearance, my job, the way I treated women, then attraction would naturally follow. It seemed logical. If you look good, behave well, and build a stable life, women should be interested in you. That's what most people assume. But reality doesn't always follow simple logic. Many men experience the same frustrating pattern. They meet a woman they genuinely like. They try to do everything right. They dress well, speak politely, treat her with kindness, and show interest. Yet, somehow the woman remains neutral. She's friendly, but she's not excited. There's no spark. Meanwhile, another man, sometimes less attractive, less successful, and seemingly less perfect, walks into the room and suddenly she feels drawn to him. That contradiction confuses a lot of men. I want to explore why that happens, because understanding this can completely change the way you approach attraction and relationships. My name is Dr. Eva Danial, and as a men's health expert, I spend a lot of time discussing not only physical health, but also emotional well-being, relationships, and the psychology behind attraction. What many men don't realize is that attraction isn't simply about checking the right boxes on paper. It's about how you make someone feel in the moment. And many of the things men focus on are actually the least important factors. For example, one of the biggest misconceptions is the belief that looking perfect will make women want you. Of course, basic grooming matters. Taking care of your appearance is part of self-respect. But many men go far beyond that. They believe that if they just improve their looks enough, better clothes, better hairstyle, whiter teeth, a better body, then women will automatically feel attracted. But that rarely works the way they expect. You can dress well and still come across as insecure. You can have perfect grooming and still appear nervous or unsure of yourself. And when a woman senses that insecurity, it immediately weakens attraction. Human beings are incredibly sensitive to emotional signals. We constantly read subtle cues in each other's behavior: tone of voice, body language, eye contact, confidence. Those signals often matter far more than appearance. A man who believes he isn't good enough will unconsciously communicate that belief. He might hesitate when speaking, seek approval, or constantly worry about saying the wrong thing. None of that feels attractive. On the other hand, a man who feels comfortable in himself, even if he's average looking, can create a completely different experience. He speaks calmly. He listens naturally. He isn't trying to impress anyone. And that relaxed confidence often sparks attraction much faster than physical perfection ever could. Another mistake many men make is believing that being extremely nice will automatically make women want them. Kindness is important in relationships. Respect and empathy are essential qualities, but attraction and kindness are not the same thing. When men hear women complain about arrogant or rude partners, they sometimes assume the solution is to be the opposite, to become overly accommodating, overly agreeable, and overly focused on pleasing. But attraction requires a sense of individuality and strength. If someone agrees with everything, avoids expressing opinions, and constantly seeks approval, they can come across as lacking confidence or personal identity. Women, like anyone else, are naturally drawn to people who have their own perspectives and who express themselves authentically. A man who respectfully disagrees sometimes, who jokes playfully, and who shows personality tends to feel more engaging than someone who simply tries to be perfect. Another common belief is that status or career success alone will attract women. It's true that ambition and stability can be attractive qualities. They signal responsibility and long-term potential. But those qualities rarely create immediate attraction during conversation. Imagine meeting someone at a social event. Within the first few minutes, you're not evaluating their resume. You're responding to their presence. Are they interesting to talk to? Do they seem confident? Do they make you feel relaxed or curious? Those emotional impressions happen long before anyone mentions their job title. In fact, relying too heavily on status can sometimes create awkward interactions. Conversations become dry or overly formal. Instead of creating a connection, the interaction starts to feel like a job interview. Attraction thrives on emotional energy, humor, curiosity, playful tension, and genuine interest. Another misunderstanding involves physical appearance and attractiveness standards. Many men assume that attractive women will only date extremely handsome men. That belief becomes a psychological barrier. It creates hesitation and self-doubt before any interaction even begins. But in reality, attraction is far more subjective than most people realize. Different individuals are drawn to different traits: confidence, humor, intelligence, warmth, ambition, creativity. Physical features may play a role, but they rarely determine everything. In fact, many people form strong attraction towards someone who wasn't initially their type once they experience that person's personality and presence. Confidence can dramatically reshape how someone is perceived. That doesn't mean pretending to be someone you're not. It means learning to interact without constantly judging yourself. Another mistake many men make is focusing too intensely on one woman during a social interaction. When a man becomes overly focused, it can create pressure. He may unintentionally appear desperate for approval or validation. That intensity can feel overwhelming, especially early on. Healthy social interactions usually involve a relaxed atmosphere. People talk to different individuals, share humor, and allow conversations to flow naturally. When someone appears comfortable in a group and interacts confidently with others, it signals emotional stability and social ease. That ease can make someone far more attractive than intense attention ever could. Ultimately, what many men discover, often after years of confusion, is that attraction is primarily emotional, not transactional. It isn't created by simply offering good qualities. It's created through connection. A woman may admire a man who has a successful career, good manners, and impressive achievements, but admiration alone does not always produce romantic attraction. Attraction usually emerges when someone feels excitement, curiosity, and emotional chemistry during an interaction. Confidence plays a significant role in that process. Confidence allows you to speak openly without fear of judgment. It allows humor to emerge naturally. It creates a sense of calm presence that makes others feel comfortable around you. Interestingly, this is where emotional health intersects with physical health. Men who constantly feel inadequate or anxious often experience higher levels of stress. Chronic stress affects sleep, hormone balance, mood, and overall well-being. Over time, that stress can influence relationships, performance, and even cardiovascular health. As a men's health expert, I often remind people that confidence and emotional stability are not just social skills. They're part of overall health. Building confidence isn't about arrogance. It's about self-respect. It means developing skills, pursuing goals, and learning to accept yourself while continuing to grow. When you build a life that feels meaningful to you, through work, friendships, hobbies, and personal development, you naturally become more grounded. That grounded presence is often what people perceive as attractiveness. Another important factor is emotional awareness. When you interact with someone, pay attention to how the conversation flows. Are they engaged? Are they smiling? Are they contributing equally? Attraction tends to grow when both people feel relaxed and curious about each other. If someone seems neutral or distant, that doesn't necessarily mean rejection. Sometimes people need time to warm up, but it also means the interaction may need more playfulness, humor, or authenticity rather than more effort to impress. Trying harder to prove your value often backfires. Creating a light, genuine connection tends to work much better. In many ways, attraction resembles a dance. It involves subtle signals, shared energy, and mutual interest. When both people participate naturally, the connection develops almost effortlessly. When one person tries to force the outcome, the rhythm disappears. This is why understanding attraction is so important for personal well-being. When you stop relying on misconceptions, appearance alone, excessive niceness, status alone, you free yourself from constant frustration. Instead, you focus on becoming comfortable in your own presence. You develop communication skills, emotional awareness, and genuine confidence. Those qualities not only improve dating experiences, but also friendships, professional relationships, and mental health. And perhaps most importantly, they allow you to approach relationships with authenticity rather than anxiety. The goal is not to become someone else. The goal is to become the most confident, healthy version of yourself. When you do that, attraction often becomes a natural byproduct rather than a constant struggle. If there is one insight I hope you remember, it's this. Attraction begins with how you carry yourself, not with how perfect your circumstances appear. Confidence, emotional presence, and genuine interaction create the spark that many men spend years trying to manufacture through external changes. Understanding that difference can transform the way you experience relationships. And when men learn this lesson, many of them finally experience the shift they were searching for all along.